Hello, chat. Hi, everybody.
Fucking hello.
Hello?
Fucking hello.
Hello.
Hello, everybody. Lovely to be here.
People are already talking about sacrificing me, so I don't know what is going on.
I don't really think we need much of a reason for that. I think that's like always like right in like the forefront of people's minds. So like the second they find an excuse, that just starts coming up.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. Understandable.
I'm just saying, girl, like as a centerpiece, as a lamb, you would look great on my altar.
I guess I did bleat like a fucking goat that one time, huh?
Mm-hmm. You sure did. No one asked you to.
Hope all of you are doing well today in chat, and here with me, my beloved co-host Anya.
Hello, it's me, Anya, from Anya.
From Anya? She's from Anya. She lives in a lab. Did you know that?
I doubt anyone here has ever heard of me before.
Very exciting to go in. This may be a shorter stream of Mahoyo, which, you know, as tends to be the case. Don't worry about it.
The last few Fridays have been insane, girl.
It is nobody's fault, but girl, Fridays are cursed.
The circumstances.
Girl, the wheel of Sansara keeps turning.
Those circumstances sure are extenuating.
Roth waking up, but all worth for this? That's so incredibly sweet. Your enthusiasm is, as always, exceedingly nice and reassuring and beautiful.
It is nice. It is really nice. There's nothing better than like chatters who are just like, yeah, yay, I'm here, yippee.
Like, while I switch scenes and start like doing things on my end, the fact that anyone at all, let alone all of you, spend like time actually being excited to watch us go through these VNs is so nice.
Genuinely, it's really, really cool.
Truly a special thing. Thank you.
Dude, streaming fucking rips.
The beautiful sounds of Type Moon main screen.
Beautiful. Are you streaming to me? Am I stupid? Yes, I am. Hang on.
I am not, I I remembered bringing the beautiful sights and sounds to you, don't worry about it.
Thank you very much.
You love watching people go through stories you love and actually engage with it? You so fiend for it? Yeah, I so know how that feels, God.
Well, that's great, because I love when stuff happens.
The last time, we both just got more build up and also realized that the archive actually has new extra stories and it wasn't just showing what we were going to be going into.
Indeed, which was a little bit of a shock.
Do you say going into chapter 3, or do we take a step back and just kinda enjoy the other 3 tales here?
I don't remember what our plan was.
We didn't have a plan. I'm just kinda asking you. I'm just going for it.
I think the plan was to read them.
Let's go for it then. Hello, James. You made it just in time for 7 Days of Spinning, Volume 2. Since day 1 was entirely about Soujuro, and I see Alice on the 3rd, I am going to imagine the other 2 are other characters? Question mark?
It could be. Recommend doing these as you go along? Yeah, that's probably what we're gonna do.
Doing those as you go along to avoid confusion later. I see, yeah. I'm home, Alice. You here yet? I got some stuff from the arcade while on the way home from church. There is rice crackers. Do you want to share some? I forgot about their extremely, oh my god, they were roommates dynamic.
They're in some kind of a situationship.
And I love it. Her voice reverberated throughout the foyer, dyed in the colors of the setting sun. It was after 5 in the afternoon when Aoko, still in her uniform, cheerfully returned home. She actually goes to church, huh? It seems so, yeah? Or at least performatively, like, has something to do in there. She had finished her student council duties and attended her monthly meeting with the church. I see. Now that raises even more questions, right?
This changes circumstances slightly.
So, like, how involved is the church in this?
So I think we might be talking like capital C church. You feel me?
Yeah.
Welcome back. I see that the meeting went as planned.
The voice was coming from the 2nd floor. In contrast with Aoko and her boundless energy, a considerably calmer girl descended from above. There were some complaints, but all in all, it went well. Our problems are ours alone, so I decided not to get them involved. You okay with that, Alice?
We are talking capital C church, okay.
What problems do you have, Alice, that could require the church?
Yes, I'd ask for their help in a pinch, but they can't be trusted. We'll call on them to clean up the mess, as usual.
Agreed. No one likes to have to keep looking over their shoulders. We can't fully commit to this if we're worried about what's going on elsewhere.
Well, I can, but you don't have time for that, do you, Aoko?
Bake posting queens.
Still raining.
Tap, tap. With the graceful sounds of her steps, Alice entered the foyer. As she did, Aoko's eyes were directed toward the skylight above.
Oh, I thought that was Aoko.
Oh,
Glasses. Oh.
it may have been the glass. Wait a second. Yeah, sorry. The glass is kind of dirty.
I wanted to discuss that after today's business is concluded, that is. Are you feeling okay, Aoko? You can rest if you're not.
Huh? Don't be such a nag. I'm not stressed or anything. Today was pretty normal. Do I look that tired? As school activities went, today's were a breeze. At a glance, her school life might have seemed almost idyllic. Though the more she thought about it, some headache-inducing incidents may have stood out here and there. And with some sincere introspection, Aoko might have recognized the signs of her own mental fatigue, but doing so could have further added to her stress. Okay, enough about that. I didn't come home just to stress out over school. What were we learning about today? Mesmerize basics, right? Wish? Then let's get started. I feel I could master anything today. Aoko focused on shedding her anger and stress, and headed upstairs with gusto. Aren't you coming? I thought we were going to do it in your room, Alice. The formally dressed Alice nodded in slight dissatisfaction.
Are we going to eat those Isaya rice crackers today, or...
Hungry! Parenthesis question mark white?
White question mark woman hungry.
She looked at the freshly baked treats Aoko was hiding. I love that stare so much. God, I love the CG so much.
I never get tired of that exterior.
In the end, their lesson took place after Alice had her cup of tea. For an apprentice like Ayoko, Alice Kwonji was the kind of roommate and teacher that was hard to come by. If she insisted that Aoko rest to preserve her health, Aoko had no choice but to comply. Hey, Alex, we're here, yeah. The lesson was over after 2 hours, so the two finished the dinner they had prepared and decided on a change of venue for where they could spend the last hours of the day. Oh my god. Oh
Gorgeous.
my god, look at this! That's so fancy! The sunroom was next to the drawing room in the east wing of the residence, and offered a view of the beautiful grounds.
Is this a Minecraft track?
No. This is a royalty-free track, though. It is well known. I believe even, like, Mother 3 or Earthbound used it at one point, I think?
I've heard this song so many times.
Yup.
6'7" girl only knows Minecraft and chips.
That's so good.
Fucking skating to do.
The proud Kwonji Estate's luxurious sunroom feature furnishing some bar with those in the splendid drawing room. Meanwhile, it's going to be a jungle come next year's summer. Is this it is a different angle of the fucking mansion. Oh my god. This song is known to trigger copyright. It hasn't triggered it in any of the previous sections, and I'm pretty sure it's showed up in a different game before. So, don't worry. And if it does, it doesn't matter. Don't worry about it. The grounds outside had fallen into disrepair, neglected by the owner. Don't you have any landscaping ploys lying around, Alice? Aoko took a step into the sunroom and poured some tea.
The stream just froze.
No!
Thank you, Discord.
Do you need me to restart the stream?
Maybe.
Indeed.
They keep doing this to us.
They keep giving you, problems. Issues, even.
I'm sure I could find one, but it would take some effort.
Playing along with her roommate's joke, Alice made to sit in her chair. just as she caught sight of the box of chocolates on the table. Her lovely eyes narrowed in a frown. Don't be like that. Today's screw up was half your fault, you know. Maybe the rice crackers threw us off our game, or maybe it was me being too aggressive that turned that wish into a gander, but still.
We're down 6 pieces.
We are? Wait, that's what you're upset about? Aokosai stared intently at the box of chocolates. She tried to do another spell and instead fucking threw a gander. I love this. Magic fail girl.
This woman's vibes are rancid.
You could search the world and never find a finer selection of chocolates. The brand was Sixpence Songs, apparently. So, what was it about the mirror you wanted to talk about? It's still in Misaki mode, right? Not mansion mode?
Yes, the mansion can take care of itself for the time being, so I changed its target to Misaki City. Things have been cloudy there since yesterday. Now I know for certain that with each passing day, the forces arrayed against us grow.
You mean there's more of those things?
There's the one who was captured. I witnessed 2 other suspicious types. One in the city, and one in the woods outside of town.
Ooh. Is it too much to ask that you could be wrong just this once? Which one is causing the biggest ruckus?
The one in the woods. I'm getting close to capturing it, but it knows it's being watched. It's not taking the bait.
Fascinating. Sorry, is this a, shot from the bottom of the sunroom looking up at the windows on the ceiling?
It is indeed.
Oh,
So many CGs.
man. I see. And then they don't even let the full pan. They just pull back like it was fucking nothing.
Like it's no big deal.
You wanna go after it tonight? To go after it tonight. One simple suggestion that could change the course of her life forever. It was no overstatement to say that this was a roll of the dice that could decide whether she had the moxie to survive the experience of jumping out of a plane with a torn parachute. Aoko swallowed her hesitation and fear with a little tea. On the school's anniversary night, she declared that she had made up her mind, and from that time on, she could not waver. Alice welcomed her roommate's strength with the barest hint of regret. As someone who shared the same motivations as her, Alice was ultimately reassured by Aoko's resolve. Well, perhaps more pleased than reassured. All in all, it had taken the better part of a year, but finally, Aoko had stepped out of Alice's shadow. The 2 partners now shared the same fate. Aoko was not the partner Alice had asked for, but a partner nonetheless. Strangers, worlds apart. And even if eventually they could battle each other to the death using all they had inherited, it was only right they did it on equal terms. It was, at least for now, a cause for celebration over how far Aoko had come.
Generous, but I'll be fine on my own tonight. The time would be better spent practicing Mesmerize a little more. The park is under your jurisdiction, so I'll put you to work when the time comes.
Alice did not so much as look at Aoko as she explained her reasons. The scale of the enemy she could face that night. Her plans for Aoko. For in only 2 days from now, Aoka Ozaki could be reborn. Fine, whatever you say. Aoko finished her tea and stood up from her seat. I guess I'm practicing then. How did the first part go again? Be light and frail, nimble and fast. Tick tock, there's no time to waste, that right?
No, you're missing the quiet part. Remember, the weight of the air, the tremble of one's breast. Light lags behind while shadows pull ahead. Be careful, or you may find yourself in a state of unease.
Yeah, I remember now. Now, if you will excuse me. Aoko grabbed a piece of chocolate and popped it into her mouth. She wept before leaving Alice alone, in silence. Alice stiffened a moment before slamming the box of chocolates shut, as if it could serve to scold Aoko for snacking. How fancy. Your biggest gripe with the game is you wish you could change the opacity of the text window. Fascinating. I love that this little like in-between chapter has been giving us a lot more of the magic vibe underlying everything.
I like the vague posting quite a bit.
Let's see if the third one is also vague posting. Ooh. Oh my god. Huh? Nani?
Sir.
Do you want to fucking take the robot question mark text?
That was very much a robotic voice. Good morning. Time check. Midnight. 24 hours since last update. Running backup. Transmitting log. Commencing local scan. Running atmospheric analysis. Nitrogen, nominal. Oxygen, nominal. Argon, nominal. Carbon dioxide, nominal. Fifth theoretical factor, multiple anomalies detected.
Huh.
What the fuck? Local space-time discrepancy detected. Conclusion, contact, class 1 threat. Shifting perception range from subjective to objective. Shifting autonomous circuit to reserve power. Shifting diagnostic circuit to main power. Shifting view mode. IR filter inactive. I filter active. Now it begins.
The spin of the iris window. Oh, that's so cool.
Initiating combat log. Oh, Master, preserve me from harm.
Huh.
Typecasting?
What the fuck?
What is happening?
Misaki City was a thickly wooded area. Urban development continued unabated, but modern nature still drew breath in its outskirts. Wise old trees had been turned to lumber. The leaves had begun to turn to mulch. Even though the birds who curiously tilted their heads had moved on, the verdure lived on, a testament to its enduring strength. Until the time came that the devouring light of civilization became powerful enough to encroach upon nature's mysterious domain. These woods were no exception. The outlying border between Misaki City and Misaki Hills had been left untouched. Though driven from their nest and dens, wildlife continued to subsist even today. No longer able to return to the days before man, this was just like any other forest situated next to a town. Oh, I love the text. I do believe this is Alice, however.
Diddle diddle, the cat and the fiddle.
Winter had. I love this music also, by the way, this swell.
We may have themes.
Winter had arrived in the woods. The chill cut like a razor. The icy air so thick it could reach one's bones. Exposed cheeks stiffened, and wisps of breath formed swirls in the air before disappearing. It was 1 degree above freezing. The cold snap penetrated every nook and cranny of the woods, from the ground to the trees to the wildlife.
The cow jumped over the moon. The little dog laughed.
She's speaking in English, actually.
Oh, interesting.
That is English!
I didn't even catch that.
The forest allowed nobody entry during the day. During the winter, it willed the animals to slumber. The still evening air felt like the stagnant breath of the lingering dead. The forest consumed the moonlight, obscuring the sight of even the closest of precipices, and hastening the untimely doom of any soul unfortunate enough to become lost within. The only noises to be heard were the whisperings of the wind and the murmurings of the stream. The immortal darkness stifled any sense of life. Not the breath of an animal, much less that of a person, was drawn in that place. However, a figure in black, not of this place, skulked within. It cast the tiniest, frailest of silhouettes, like a small boat lost in a sea of fog. Its trepidatious footsteps echoed throughout the woods. There, exiting the veil of trees, was the unmistakable likeness of a young girl.
The sea such craft, and the dish ran away with the spoon.
Someone's here, someone's here! There they are, there they are! Who can they be, who can they be? Someone and someone! Are you hungry? I'm starving! Which one should we eat? Let's eat them both! You take the left, you take the right! We must welcome them! We must entertain them! After all, we don't often have guests! We'll rot it, the stomach and the tibia. It's not often we get to chew the fat! The shadows in the trees laughed ominously. A hallucination, an illusion, or perhaps something real. The shadows frolicked in time to the girl's pace. Come, come, come! Deeper and deeper! Did you remember to rig the dice? Loaded innards they have? Nibbled around the edges they be? Just remember, don't roll that vital 6! Fascinating. The girl knitted her eyebrows. She heard the voices and felt the presence of things that should not be. Scary enough to frighten this particular girl? As if. Her tightly pursed lips betrayed not a hint of fear. The girl walked of her own volition. If she had truly felt fear, her legs would be frozen. Deep within the trees, she was perfectly aware of the two humanoid figures stalking her throughout the still night air. I saw them! I saw them! They're coming! They're coming! Give up! There's no going back! We warned you. It's your fault for staying! The girl halted her steps. The racket from the accompanying voices died in turn. The babbling brook suddenly sounded like a crackling fire. And then, across the shallow stream, something approached that should not exist in the city, much less these woods.
Good evening. I don't suppose I could speak to your master.
The girl addressed them calmly. These men with their Glasgow grins creeped toward her like two slugs.
I see. Simple graveyard wards, sent to be lookouts. My mistake. I should have entrusted this to Aoko. However...
The one grinning man stood still. The other, shaking violently as if unable to contain himself any longer, turned toward the girl.
Aoko still has a lot on her plate. Although you far from look the part, you seem to be on the level of a fully fledged mage.
Her black outfit stirred. The physics of the dangling of this was really good. Her black outfit stirred. In her right hand, she held a vitreous cut, darker than the deepest night. The two Glasgow men let out a yelp of caution and incoherent fear. It was at this moment that they finally bared their intent and emotion.
Farewell, my guests. Since this will take but a moment, I offer only a goodbye.
She shuddered at her words. Oh my god, that's so cool!
That's amazing.
They had no... Wait, 1 second, just... Two colors only.
Mm-hmm.
They had no mouths, no ears or brains to begin with. For creatures like these, words were redundant. All that existed was the present. For these soulless creatures, fears and hopes were nothing more than an unimaginable future. Then what could this feeling of foreboding they felt? A spine-chilling miracle that could rip them to pieces not moments from now.
Come then, puppets. Let us play make-believe.
Her song sounded like a bell, echoing throughout the wide woods.
The music.
The girl's voice vanquished the frost that had gripped the trees. Then... Come on, don't keep us waiting! Come on, it's time for Little Red Riding Hood! The curtains opened on Diddle Diddle, the banquet of the night. In confusion, one slit-mouthed man swooped toward the girl. In fear, the other fled into the woods behind him. The deformed humanoid darted forth, kicking up water as it rushed the girl. She already knew what this fiend was. The grinning figure had scissors for hands and a demon's heart. It was a wretch who kidnapped children, mercilessly rendering them into pieces.
Weedle.
Leave it to us! It's finally your turn! The piglets bounded and rebounded like paddle balls. The stuffed animals, over 3 feet in length, jumped and weaved their way between the trees.
I see.
Oh my god! Hey! What? The animation, hey!
That's
so
amazing.
Even with these strange creatures before him, the grinning man did not so much as blink. He raised his arms, but what emerged from his coat sleeves were not the human appendages you could expect. In their place, fiendish cleavers, more than 1.5 feet in length. These appendages, which had torn so much of their prey to pieces, sliced cleanly through the flying pig skulls. His limbs froze in place. The pigs' bodies were sliced perfectly in half. And then, bisected from head to tail, the pig's innards became as alligator jaws and clamped down upon the grinning man's arm. From fingertips to shoulders, they were swallowed whole. It was all it took to rob the man of control over his entire body. And not a shiver of fear. These were no mere pig familiars. Immediately, he realized that these were stapler monsters disguised as mere pigs. I got him! No, I got him! Oh, but too bad Master has no words, no emotion, no interest! In the end, it doesn't really matter who did it.
This is so atmospheric.
Alice is fogged! What? I love her!
Oh my god, sorry, I'm reeling. I totally forgot that you expected me to read these. I just got so absorbed, I forgot I was doing something.
No, yeah, I'm like amazed too.
Like the jaws all the way through the thing. It's really cool. I really like that.
I am so excited.
London Bridge is falling. Oh, broken down. Fuck! God damn it! Broken down, broken down, broken down.
Impossible, its presence murmured 3 times. Not possible, not possible, not possible? Talking pigs were one thing. Even having one's arms chomped off was in the realm of occupational hazard. In an instant, the wood was enveloped in a dense wave of magical energy. Though vexing, it was still impressive. None of these facts were particularly extraordinary. These rare familiars, their bizarre attack, their sheer innate magical energy to overwhelm others. He had experience with all of these things. His employer was skilled enough to achieve all of this as well. However... What now? What now? How long should we hold him like this? Even a blink of an eye is too long. Let's take an arm. I'll give you a good price if you pay me in pounds. What? Were they? Not vessels, not living creatures, not beings powered by magic circuits. Even though his arms had been bitten, none of his body could move. It was nothing like being bound or weakened. This felt more like he had become words written in a book, fated to keep to their page. As the grinning figure's deformities indicated, he had overcome numerous curiosities and monstrosities. Illusions, enthrallment, compulsions, freezings, putrefactions, and even petrifications, a power granted to only the pinnacle of mystic eyes. From poisons to magecraft, he had weathered a great deal, but this was something different altogether. The penalty that bound him now was based on different principles from blood, flesh, oxygen, or heat. It was an unknown restraint that followed no rules he knew. Indeed, though it was terrifying to admit, it was as if he'd encountered something alien to everything in this world. Alice!
Girl?
What the fuck?
London Bridge
just broken down, my fair lady.
Fang sank into his left and right shoulders. For the first time in his form, he felt rage seizing up inside him. The basis of all things had to be absolute. All mystics, all things bizarre, obeyed some set of laws. But these pigs ignored this along with his dignity. After 3 days, you weaken. After 6, you drown. After half a year, you'll be a wretched skeleton. Sorry to be rude, but we'll just kill you now. A howl. Though he had no voice, he let out an exasperated scream. Huh? Huh? What a convenient function to be able to detach your arms. What an unparalleled warrior! The targeted pigs fell into the stream. That exasperated scream was the sound of the figure tearing his arms from their sockets. Armless, he rushed the girl.
Useless swine. I'll see you be punished later.
Oh my god, that's so cool! Holy shit, that's so cool! He may have lost his mangled arms, but not the object of his malice. A mystic eye to pierce the heart of its victim. A magic circuit designed to stop a beating heart. It was beautiful in its simplicity. At point-blank range, it was the equivalent of an unavoidable shotgun blast. But, tragically, that eye was all he had. What the fuck kind of mage is she?
This is so fucking cool. Judy Alice, Judy Alice!
Filled it up with wood and clay, my fair lady.
He failed to realize that her song had changed. For the giant, the earth-shattering strike was akin to the act of shooing away an insect. Its green bird and veins pulsed. Oaken bark covered its body, hardened sufficiently for centuries to repel even a chainsaw. On its forehead, inscribed in all manner of colors, was the word Emeth. Though judging from its misspelling, the inscription was purely decorative. The Thames Troll.
Oh,
It also
Like-
went by the...
the River Thames.
Oh, Thames. That's how you say Thames?
I believe so.
Ah, the Thames Troll. It also went by the moniker Falling Down.
That's the
Well-
one London Bridge stretches over.
I see. Or alternatively, the Great Bridge. Admired in different forms, it was the first of 4 miracles.
Yes, please take care of the other one.
The giant responded to the girl's words. With roots rent deep into the earth, it raised its left arm to the heavens without moving a step. Oh! Elsewhere in the forest, the grinning figure who had chosen to flee the battle was running through the night forest at full speed. Record and provide a detailed description of the enemy. Those were the orders assigned to him. He poured all of his energy into escaping this forest, with which he had become so familiar. In case of emergency, the plan was for one to challenge the enemy, while the other made a tactical retreat in order to report to their master. He dashed through the forest. Though gripped by fear, He was confident in his ability to perform the mission he was assigned for. Oh my god, oh fuck! God, every little animation in this VN is so fucking good.
It's amazing.
Nothing could catch him in these woods. Even the wolves could not track him. His bird-like legs thumped as they kicked the ground. Perhaps it was his creator's eccentric taste that dictated their form when optimizing them for running. The grinning man could reach a maximum speed of 45 miles per hour, well past the limit of any bipedal creature. After securing a distance of several miles, he turned around to confirm his safety. There was no sign of pursuit. His crescent-shaped mouth, nay, eye, slackened in relief. And then... after facing forward once more, he looked up to lock eyes with his doom.
Also, I just want to say that is on par with an ostrich.
Oh. In the distance, he could hear the dark rhymes of Mother Goose. Countless vines extended from the ground. They formed into a monstrosity that conjured up images of an arched bridge, something resembling a giant arm. She's so cool!
Hey, That's so sick.
Oh my god!
Final report. Survival, unable to complete. Analysis, unable to complete. Transmission, unable to complete. Ending session. Oh, Master, preserve me from... I think we're about done here. Well done, Thames. You can return now. Hopefully our next encounter will be more worth our time.
The girl turned on her heel. The invaders who had set up shop in the woods were eliminated. She had no interest in whether they had been good or evil, nor how many victims they had claimed. The shackles of civic society held no sway over her. This was the way of a pure-blooded witch, the way of a minster. What about us? What about us? Help me get this arm out of my teeth! We really shouldn't move while we're eating. Don't tell us you don't need pigs that can't fly. We'll do a better job next time. There were nothing but screw-ups. Yeah, you owe us at least one compliment before the end. The girl let out a sigh and stepped into the stream. She removed her gloves and dipped her slender fingers into the ice water.
I told you not to roll sixes. But I suppose it's the only number you can roll.
There was no response to her melancholy tone. In place of the once boisterous pigs were two black dice, now sitting in the palm of her hand. As the girl was about to say something to the scattered remains around her, she realized something that made her put a hand to her mouth.
The farewell is over. Should I have asked them if they had any last words?
Her slender, pale fingers traced her lips, as if reluctant to part from them. Sighing again, she calmly left the dark woods the same way she had entered.
Alright, well, she's amazing.
Oh my god, she's great! What? the fucking nursery rhymes and fucking little fairy tales things she has got going on.
The singing is kind of fantastic.
The mood is so good. Could I have an aura farmed even better? Yeah, this is a Jew character.
It is. I can't even lie.
Oh. Also,
Go
ahead.
No, I insist.
What kind of magus is here with fucking robot familiars? I am digging that.
I just want more. Like, you're right. You've got me hooked. It was taking a while. It was kind of a slow burn over the couple of reading sessions. Now I'm here. Let's fucking go.
Oh, I love all of the little details added in of the there's a lot of terms used that for one newcomer to the Nasuverse don't mean much, but for us mean a lot now, right? We got one final little chapter here. Let us rewind to a moment in the recent past. The scene took place on a Saturday morning in early December. With third period over just before lunch, the only activity that remained before the scholastic day ended was homeroom. Two of Class C students, Soujuro Shizuki and Hosuke Kinomi, were standing outside on the balcony overlooking the schoolyard. They were stuck waiting for their homeroom teacher, Mr. Kazuki Yamashiro, and could not leave until he arrived. The rest of their classmates were chatting idly in the classroom. Class Ace Tobimaru Tsukiji was killing time alongside them. Look at these three boys!
Look at these dudes.
The listless trio discussed their weekend plans as they leaned on the veranda's railing.
You working at the bear this weekend, Konomi?
Like hell I am! Who the hell works till Sunday? Come on! I'm going out tomorrow with some chicks from Class V. At least that was the plan. They said they're grounded or something.
So in other words, you failed again.
Ruthless Soujuro! Jeez, come out when he's so much Shizuki!
Please, even the most airheaded chicks know better than to accept an invite from your dumbass. Crash and burn all you like, but don't drag Sonaji into the fallout, will you?
Well, excuse me, Your Majesty, you want to talk? Word to the wise Shizuki, Tsukiji's heart is as black as they come. In his mind, he's like, you know those labels you use to separate the trash? This dude uses them to label people. You're either useful to him or you ain't.
Yeah, I figured that out. Speaking of which, I know this is a bit out of the blue, but what do you think about Konomi, Tobimaru? Well, you know how the country's going to stop collecting oversized scrap for free soon, since it costs too much to dispose of? That's because of people like him.
What kind of nonsense is that? Who throws up big stuff like cabinets when you can make good money off of them? The future is grab and go, do you know? Just look how rad those disposable cameras you can buy at convenience stores are. Looks like the times have finally caught up with my idea of consumer culture.
So, Konomi's working this weekend. What about you, Tobimaru?
My time is coming, just watch!
There's some business to attend to on my end. Be entertaining a guest of my father's, giving a tour of the city, stuff like that.
Freaking rude! Don't interrupt that guy when he's talking! I was gonna say, I'm gonna be watching my kid's sister. I am helping out that crappy Chinese restaurant.
What about you, Sonaji? You working tomorrow?
No, no plans. But I'm gonna work at the amusement park after school today.
But Magic Kitsy Land? Seriously? You're tougher than you look, Shizuki. I even heard the judo guys who work there bailed.
It couldn't possibly be worse than carrying boxes for X-Fed, right?
Look his face! Look at that face! Also, hey, Heavy! Well, okay, not that bad. Damn, that a-hole Yamashiro is taking his sweet time. Look, Class B's already leaving.
Looks like it. You know, I don't want to pull this card, but we'll just have to call him. Can't let Sonochi be late for work.
And as if by design, the moment Tobimaru Tsukichi stood up warily from the balcony railing, the school's PA system chimed rung. Soujuro Shizuki, Class 2C, please report immediately to Mr. Yamashiro in the faculty room. I repeat, Soujuro Shizuki, Class 2Z. An awkward silence fell upon the three. After a long 5 seconds, Soujuro said goodbye and headed back inside.
I like how he just raised his hand and faded out.
Nothing interesting ever happens here. Can someone make a crop circle in the schoolyard or something?
Oh, please, Discord stream, you know me. Okay, now we're good.
Hinomi grumbled, slouching his shoulders and succumbing to his lethargy.
Stop expecting others to make life interesting. If you're bored, then make something happen yourself. Challenge Ozaki to an inter-class debate or something.
Suffering ain't interesting. Scrubbing with the press is asking for it. I said interesting, not terrifying. As a decent, upstanding, red-blooded male, I'd happily settle for a hot transfer student showing up. As long as she isn't boring anyway. Maybe she were a Hollywood producer, some famous English singer, or...
Lame. If you're gonna go that far, at least make her a babe from Mars.
Based?
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 Question mark?
Attention, Class C. This is an announcement from Mr. Yamashiro. Mr. Yamashiro is currently occupied and unable to attend homeroom. Please make your way home. This concludes all announcements for the day. The hell? Ever since Yamashiro bought that new car, he's been a real punk! Maybe I'll see what Sun this dime makes against the door of a new Serbia!
Hold it out, shut. Just put gum in the keyhole. Teachers get paid peanuts, man.
This is actually really funny.
This is really funny.
It's your frenemy. Frenemies!
The kiss.
Return to the classroom, complaining all the time. Their concern for their mutual friends summoned to the faculty office, completely out of their mind. They just said it in plain text. I don't agree. The school allows for students to hold part-time jobs. According to school regulations, a job at a workplace authorized by the school is recommended as a social experience.
That's true, but in his case, it's a matter of going too far. What if, let's suppose, he were working somewhere without permission, somewhere that might be violating the labor standards law? That would spell trouble for both the school and for him.
The volatile tension between the ruthless student council president and the easygoing modern language teacher permeated the room. Praying to be spared from the impending confrontation, the other teachers hurriedly relocated to the meeting room. Yeah, no, Denti, it was released in 2012, but also remember, the translation is from a couple of years back.
was 2020, wasn't it?
No, like 2025 or 2024.
2026, 2027.
That's next year.
I didn't even realize.
By the time Mr. Yamashiro noticed this, the only other person in the room was the student council president, Aoko Ozaki. Is it 2020? I thought it was like later, huh?
They all ran, huh? Why does everyone always push the scary jobs on me? They're so mean.
The fact even the teachers are afraid of Aoko is so funny to me. Don't change the subject, sir. If we do suppose that he's working at an unauthorized workplace, doesn't that mean that the school isn't accommodating his needs? I'm not saying that the school needs to cover his room and board, but as long as he's not working too much, his request deserves due consideration. And if you're still concerned about unauthorized workplaces, please first revise the rule that limits each student to only one. After hearing her out and realizing there was no way she would back down, Mr. Yamashiro hung his head. This was supposed to be easy. The plan was to call in the student rumored to be working multiple jobs, confirm whether the rumor was true, and if so, give him a warning and some guidance, then head to lunch with the knowledge that all was right with the world. The student council president, who was coincidentally in the faculty room at the time, had heard the entire issue and decided to call out this injustice. As far as Mr. Yamashiro was concerned, she was in the right and he was well aware of the aforementioned student situation. Personally, he could have liked to help, but among the faculty, he was just the new kid on the block. He wanted to stay on the vice principal's good side and at the very least not lose his job as badly paid as it was. Oh, honey.
Oh, buddy.
They keep throwing the mention that teachers get paid fucking nothing, dude.
It's a worldwide problem, dude. Look, this is a warning straight from the vice principal. I can't do anything or anything more to help.
But if we compromise?
What do you mean?
The student council president removed a document from her bag. It was a document that had been brought up in the morning's faculty meeting, bringing a host of headaches with it.
Miss Ozaki, that's not the...
Yes, this is the Ida Church's volunteer registration form. There were 0 applicants again this month, a fact that could certainly bother a devout Christian like the vice principal. Even this morning, he was lamenting our students' lack of faith.
I can't deny that, but what I'd like to know is how you became so well informed of the content of this morning's faculty meeting.
Mr. Yamashiro scratched his head, but his eyes were smiling gleefully. He had figured out the student council president's objective.
So, I'll scratch your back, you'll scratch mine, is that it? Work conducted on the church's behalf is done on a voluntary basis, but still compensated in some form, and it's officially recognized by the school as a form of social study. The vice principal will be overjoyed to have a participant, and
in the event that said volunteer is already employed somewhere else, the school's permission will be extended to both. Considering the precedent, I find this to be a good compromise. Mr. Yamashiro raised his hands in surrender. There were few students able to both raise a complaint and propose a proper solution. Perhaps it was her big sisterly disposition that made this girl so simultaneously feared, yet trusted.
Let's try it your way. Just say a prayer for me, okay?
I don't like it when people are overly reliant on others. If you're going to participate in this scheme, please take your part seriously, Mr. Yamashiro. With a bow, the student council president turned to leave the faculty room.
Wait a second. You're not going anywhere. I'm going to go ahead and call Shizuki now. So, I need you to stay and look after him properly.
Huh? What? The girl's cool eyes narrowed. Unable to process what she had just heard, her expression turned into a scowl.
If we're looking for volunteers, two's better than one, right? Plus, knowing that you are following up on this would give me a great peace of mind.
But, sir, I don't...
Hello, broadcasting room. Please put out an announcement asking for Class 2C student Soujuro Suzuki to report to Mr. Yamashiro in the staff room immediately.
No, like I was about to say...
Oh, this is perfect. And to think the source of my headache would go away too. Today's my lucky day. Miss Hazaki, what would I do without your kindness? Wait a second. He's not your type, is he? Oh, broadcasting room, please add the following. The student council president is eagerly awaiting...
Mr. Yamashiro! She killed him! He's dead!
I thought those were broken glasses on the ground.
The next day, a pleasant Sunday. Soujuro was awake 2 hours before the time he was supposed to meet her. After getting up, he decided to go for a leisurely jog to clear his mind, but lost among his own thoughts, his 30-minute jog turned into almost an hour. Upon realizing, he rushed home. After thoroughly racking his brain over what to wear for the occasion, he decided upon wearing his school uniform. 10 o'clock, Misaki Central Park, East Entrance, I will meet you there. Yesterday in the faculty room, when Aoko Ozaki had shared the time and place with him that day, she said it with such pain on her face. Maybe she was fighting a headache at the time?
Aozaki's feeling better.
Soujuro muttered, his words of concern misguided as they were. In any case, he waited for about 5 minutes. At precisely 10 o'clock, the student council president appeared. Good morning. Punctual as usual, I see.
I love these two.
What's wrong with your face? Are you sick?
No, I think I feel fine.
Waved off her concern.
You were wearing your school uniform.
Of course I'm wearing my uniform. This is a school activity, isn't it? A heavy weight of despondency fell upon Soujuro's shoulders. The angsting over his outfit from the previous 2 hours had been rendered meaningless just like that. The duo, clad in their school uniforms on a day off, walked by the train station. In the beginning, Aoko had made efforts to give Soujuro a thorough lay of the land, but today, she shared only all the bare minimum of explanations. This was partly because, surprisingly, Soujuro had become well accustomed to the town. Which restaurants were good, which shortcuts to use in a rush, and why the nearby bicycle shop was better than the department store by the station if you wanted to buy a bicycle. Things a local would know. But the other reason was that it had dawned on Aoko how the two of them conversing might look to passerbys.
On a different topic, do you mind telling me what kind of work we'll be doing today?
From here on, volunteering at the church meant that the school could tolerate his multiple jobs. Soujuro had quickly agreed to the tempting offer, nodding like a bobblehead. But as was typical of him, he had failed to consider the content of the proposal. Somehow I just knew you had no idea what we're gonna be doing today. Is this your first time going to Aira Church?
Second time. The last time was because I was outside admiring the strange architecture. Then a person inside gave me some free candy.
He pondered with all sincerity how exactly a church worked. His contemplative posture made him appear the part of the philosopher, but after all his thinking, he concluded...
I guess they start taking your money on your second visit?
Oh my god. Such was the extent of Soujuro's concerns. Normally the church only gives candy out to children, you know. Aoko sighed at the lost little lamb. He's learning. So who did you end up meeting? The priest? One of the sisters?
A very beautiful woman as it happens.
Oh, Sister Yuika then. If we see her today, you'll need to thank her. Or, then again, no need. You're doing just fine in that department anyway. As far as work goes, it's not much different from what you've been doing at school, so it should be straightforward. And considering the church's size, there's actually not a lot of people. Aoko picked up her pace as they headed for the church. Somehow, she seemed like a general invading enemy territory. It made Soujuro furrow his brows in discomfort. I'm really curious to see the fucking church in this. Oh, hi!
Oh, with the modern building in the background, that rips.
Oh. Oh, look at that. Look at the detail in the architecture.
Oh, I'm looking at the detail. 16 times the detail.
I'm taking a screenshot.
This reminds me of a church in Salem.
I'm thinking about Salem, yeah.
Oh yeah, baby.
Ida Church had a long history. Far from the station, it was a white-painted sanctuary nestled between the business and residential districts. As far as Aoko could remember, the church as she knew it now was the result of remodeling done 8 years prior. It was practically a cathedral for a town of this size. Incidentally, located next to it was the Misaki City General Hospital. From Aoko's perspective, it seemed awfully suspicious for the church to take up residence next to the location in the city where the most lives were lost, though the only two who were aware of this opinion were her roommate, Alice Kwonji, and the priest.
Are you a regular at this place?
I don't know what I'm expecting of the people in the church, but I have this like deep-seated fear that the door is going to open and Kira is going to be there.
Listen, we have been taught to fear this place.
Me? Not in the slightest. My father and grandfather had a long history with it, but if I could, I'd go back in time and cut all of our ties to this place. I had to come here every day in elementary school to help out, and boy did that ever rub me the wrong way. The more Aoko spoke, the more twisted her expression became. Recalling this made her want to grab it by the proverbial collar, give it the proverbial one-armed judo back throw, smash its proverbial head into the proverbial ground, and kick the proverbial living daylights out of its defenseless proverbial torso.
I love her.
She's so fucking funny. Such was her so-called trauma that if it were anthropomorphized, it could take more than a 5-round beating to satisfy her thirst for vengeance. It was in this moment, as he became aware of Aoko's mood, that Soujuro began to fear for his safety. Perhaps attracted by the noisy murder of crowds outside the church, a woman in a nun's habit emerged from the front entrance. Ooh.
Ooh.
Look at her.
So pretty. Do you want me to?
If you want to, yeah.
Excuse me. Do you have business with the church today?
I'm afraid this church does not associate with criminals, so if you would be so kind as to consider coming another day, or perhaps return once you've repented of your sinful ways and paid for your crimes to society, you can.
It's oh, that's another one. It's Zaki's sister, Juika. Wait, is she blind? Oh!
Well, if it isn't Aoko. What a lovely surprise. It's been such a long time since you visited.
I suppose it has. I'm only ever called at night to speak with the father. I suppose it's been, what, close to a year since we had a face-to-face conversation? And who knows how long it will be until the next time.
Yes, I'm almost sad to see you grow up so fast. Your presence has become so menacing. You hardly resemble the virtuous girl I remember so well.
On the surface, the two exchanged congenial greetings. Unable to read between the lines, all Soujuro could see were two good friends.
Please. This is so good.
I love this fucking VN so fucking much, dude. He and I are this month's volunteers. For the beloved Ida Church, it could be our pleasure to be working from exactly 10 to 3 and not a minute more.
Well, as you know, we are reaching the end times, but your spirit of service is welcome. The house of the Lord is open to all who might enter, even those with wickedness in their hearts.
The fucking banter goes insane. The nun flashed a smile that was equal parts elegant and cruel. Keeping up appearances aside, she seemed overjoyed to have able hands to put to work. Ooh. Ooh. Ooh.
Yorokobe.
Ooh, look at this place. And
That's
the music.
gorgeous.
The music is not even grating this time around. The sister introduced herself as Juika Suse and thanked Soujuro, who had volunteered of his own volition. Soujuro noticed that her eyes were always shut, but not wanting to be rude, especially in front of Aoko, he decided not to pry.
So you are Mr. Suzuki. Mr. Suzuki. Your name is as calm as your countenance.
It is. Well, thanks.
The sister let slip a frown at Soujuro's ambivalent response to her compliment.
I apologize. I did not mean to cause discomfort by using your surname. May I call you Soujuro instead?
Oh, whichever. Either one's fine.
Well then, as you wish. I had not appreciated how difficult a subject it would be.
Though the sister's tone was gentle, her words seemed somewhat indifferent. She lacked sight, but she guided the two with certainty in her step.
Of course I got the blind nun.
Well then, as for what you'll be doing...
I already know. Christmas is coming up, so you want to get all of the tedious cleaning out of the way, right? That won't be a problem. Cleaning is her strong suit. It wasn't their strong suit as much as it was Soujuro's.
Then Aoko, you will be at the stove preparing the communion wafers. Mr. Suzuki, you will be outside. I'll need your help cleaning the areas I can't reach.
One question. Ritsuka isn't in the kitchen, is she? You can make me go in there if she is. I can't fucking believe Gudako is here in this VN too.
You can't make me Fate go in there if she is.
Don't worry, Ritsuka is not here right now. There's no need to hold back on her account.
Everyone freaking out in chat. With a dismissive wave, Aoko headed toward the door in the back of the worship hall. As she had indicated, she was quite accustomed to this church.
This way, please, Mr. Shizuki. We will start with the storeroom. I'd like to ask you to carry the cleaning supplies.
Ah, I love the vibes on this fucking VN so much.
It's fantastic.
Even out of focus, you just know the fucking... Look at the fuzzy texturing of the fucking... Like, the light, like,
This
shining
is
through.
insane.
Holy fuck.
The material work here is crazy. I know exactly what that letter feels like. I can hear that shit being set up.
Oh my god. The work entrusted to Soujuro did not require any particular skill. It was window cleaning at its most standard.
Should I clean all of the windows?
When you think of Aoko and Soujuro's dynamic, you think of a number of things, but especially that poorly drawn MS Paint image of the girl throwing the beer bottle at the guy. Oh. 2012 VN! Yeah!
Yes, start with a wet rag, then wipe with a dry rag, then use the cleaning spray. Is the ladder tall enough?
Oh, it looks like it might be a little short.
Then just clean what you can reach. Thank you very much.
After the brief exchange, the sister returned to the church. Soujuro began to wonder if it was out of distrust in him that she was being so curt. He understood that it was too soon to glean an answer from their first meeting, but then again, such answers always eluded Soujuro. Oh, the Foley work though. Left alone, but no less encouraged, Soujuro began cleaning the windows. This weather was a disappointment. Once again, it had not gone so far as to rain, but was too overcast to enjoy the sun. He leaned against the tall ladder and, beginning with a window about 5 yards from the ground, quietly cleaned. Soujuro was never the kind of person to mind physical labor. In fact, if there had been a blue sky, this might have been a perfect day off to him. By the time he finished his third or fourth window, or perhaps the sixth or seventh, he felt very relaxed and began to whistle. Though 15 feet was an intimidating height, it provided a wonderful view at the same time. Turning toward the town gave Soujuro a clear view of the tree-topped hill that had previously caught his eye.
There really is a house in the woods.
The hill and the woods just outside of town. From here, the forest overlooking the sleepless city looked like a foreign castle. Ooh, that's a new one. I assume this may be the so-called Ritsuka. Well, do we have a burglar? Just then, lost in his thoughts while wiping windows, Soujuro was pulled out of his trance by someone pacing below him. He looked down and saw a girl, her unkempt clothes otherwise contrasting with her kind visage. But you look a little too loosey-goosey to be a thief. Wait, I know. Maybe you're the type that jumps out of people's fireplaces and gives them toys they don't need, like that one saint. Oh, but I just can't stand his beard. You know all that guy is doing is breaking and entering, right? Oh my god, is she a taiga?
Kinda getting that vibe.
She looked to be in her late 20s. Despite the cold, she was not wearing a coat. She had no purse either, which was rather strange as a woman and her purse... it was strange as a woman and her purse were never far apart. Not that Soujuro knew this truth quite yet. Based on the fact that none of this seemed to apply to her, one could have easily surmised that she was herself a little loosey-goosey. Narrator! Yeah. A few cards short of a full deck, one might also say.
Just like me, for real.
Honestly, I got it! Are you that part-timer from Misaki High? Wow, high schoolers these days really are something! You put the pros to shame! The girl looked up in admiration to Soujuro as he stood atop his ladder. Cool, let me help! Is there another ladder? And rags? Oh, since we're doing this anyway, why don't we just use the hose? You know, spray water all over the place, gelling and having a good time. We might get in trouble, but a little fun never hurt anybody, right? I like this girl.
Oh, I love her, actually.
The girl let out a hearty laugh. Her smile glowed like a cactus that had sprouted legs and began to run about.
If this is her, I see why Oko hates her, yeah.
Inasmuch as a running cactus could only cause trouble. As Soujuro anticipated, the girl began to clean without waiting for his approval. So, I was walking by the church and I saw a figure stuck to the window. A daylight burglary seems pretty bold, I thought, but my curiosity got the best of me. Imagine my surprise when I saw such a cute boy working as diligently as a window wiping expert. You can't blame a girl for wanting to help out after seeing that, can you? Wiping the window next to Soujuro, the girl continued to chatter cheerfully. Although this was all kinds of suspicious, Soujuro politely followed her lead, nodding and agreeing as she spoke. Perhaps it was an instinctive camaraderie. He sensed this girl was just like him, for real, always getting the short end of the stick when it came to menial work.
So are you from the church?
Me? No, I was just passing by. More importantly, aren't you acting like we've never met before? Don't you remember all those times we met in the shopping mall?
No. When did that happen?
All the time, silly! You work at that restaurant Uotatsu, right? I was there several times just this week. Hey, Paladin, hi. Oh, right. I'm Hanazawa. What's your name? Hanazawa took a quick glance at the flower bed below, in the middle of her introduction, then gave him a friendly laugh. That's a fake name. That's a fake name. That's a fucking fake-ass name you just gave. She literally just looked at the flowers and went like, Hana. So, yeah, that's
yeah, exactly.
Good. Soujuro's self-introduction, however, was his usual brand of awkward. Soujuro. Your name's cute in an old-fashioned kind of way. The Ju in your name means 10, right? Names with numbers in them are so Japanese, don't you think? Do you know the priests and sisters here? Eri and Juika. Their names sound so foreign.
I don't know Eri, but Yuiko is the woman with the pretty dark hair, right?
Oh, so you haven't met the priest yet. Aida Church is famous for its handsome priest and beautiful sisters, you know. Oh, right. You just moved then. You're living on your own, right?
Yeah. You're really sharp, Miss Hanazawa. You seem to be pretty good at guessing things about me.
I don't like this. I do not trust her one fucking instant.
What are you talking about? There's nothing to read into here.
It's called deductive reasoning, silly. This town doesn't have much to do for fun. Certainly not enough that a kid like you could need to work this much. Normally you just need one job to cover spending money. You don't seem like the materialistic type either. which leaves living expenses as the only wholesome reason for working this hard, right? And again, it isn't very wholesome for a student to be paying for his own room, board and tuition.
Not necessarily. Don't they say he who does not work doesn't eat?
Oh, Soujuro, you're pretty mature for your age. When I was a student, I was completely absorbed in work too, so I understand how difficult things must be for you.
Oh, you lived by yourself as well, Miss Hanazawa?
Oh. Yeah, I studied abroad over my parents' objections. I went to the same school as a friend, and we roomed together to save money, but food wasn't free, as you know. That's it, I'm the kind of person who doesn't mind a bit of elbow grease. Looking back on it now, my time at school and work was a great memory. Soujuro nodded agreeably. Dignified or not, he could barely hold back the sense of solidarity that was welling up within him. Well, since this might be fate, and I'll probably be seeing more of you at Uatsu from here on out, come see me if you need someone to talk to. I can promise that I'll be much help, but I'll do my best impression of a sounding board.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Maybe you can help me out right now. What do they actually do here?
As Soujuro said here, he pointed at the church. What do you mean? Even Hanazawa was taken aback by his question. Unaware of Soujuro's provincial background, combined with her quick-witted nature, Hanazawa mistook his question for some kind of sophisticated wit. Good question. I guess people treat it as a spiritual sanctuary. Is that the right word for it? No, maybe not sanctuary, more like a shield or a place that plugs leaks in your mind. It's basically a way for people to avoid getting better. Oh, and they give out free bread and wine. Holy shit!
Damn. For free?
Sure, I mean, I've heard of rich people just donate a bunch of money anyway. Oh yeah, one more thing, and this is the most important wrinkle. Their income isn't taxed. Saving sources does work, but it's zero risk, high reward if you've got a solid business plan. She has opinions.
Oh, she's got takes. Is that so? I don't really follow, but are you saying that it's a good place to come when you're in trouble?
I couldn't recommend that. I think it could be better to visit once a month or so just for a little peace of mind. The rug squeaked as the two carefree souls continued to wipe down the windows. Whistling as they went, they shined up one window, then another, then another.
Oh, yeah, one more question. What are those woods way over there?
Woods? On the mountain, you mean?
Well, yeah, but that's really more of a hill than a mountain.
As someone raised in the countryside, Soujuro's pride would not allow for a mound of dirt to be called a mountain. You think so? Any incline that takes energy to climb is a mountain in my book. But if you say so, oh my gosh, I fucking love her. It was as if a shadow fell over the over her till now sunny disposition. She sucks, dude. She fucking sucks.
She sucks so bad, and I kinda love her.
She was undoubtedly a beautiful woman with very lovely features. But as Soujuro looked at her in that moment, her smile melted away, and he saw how disturbed she was at his comment. And when it comes down to it...
It's definitely a hill. Oh, and what about that thing that looks like a chimney?
Soujuro was not one to closely watch people's reactions and fuss over his speech. It looks like a chimney because it is a chimney! That forest is all private property, and a huge mansion sits right in the middle of it. None of the locals really know anything about it because they're not allowed inside. People call it the Kuonji Haunted Mansion. The locals are all spooked by it, so it's probably best that you keep your distance. For a tiny wooded area, there have been all kinds of freaky stories about the place. Weird accidents, wild dog sightings, you name it.
Wild dogs? You get wild dogs here in the city too.
Lots of them! There are even some in the empty lot behind the church. The priest here is a bit eccentric, and one time he gave them some bread and the pups made the area part of their patrol route. Anyway, don't go up there. You know what they say about idiots on high places. It's something of an unspoken rule around here to stay out.
Empty lot.
For one thing, it's private property if you trespass. Someone's going to call the cops, and then you're going to spend the rest of the day getting grilled at the station. That doesn't sound like much fun now, does it? Soujuro nodded along to her story as he stared at the far-off chimney from his vantage point on the ladder. A teeny tiny part of him was curious about that hill, because it reminded him of the woods where he grew up. But after reminding himself that it was none of his business, he returned to his window washing. Nice ladders, by the way, yeah. Thanks to Hanazawa lending a hand, they were able to finish the job without a hitch. Between the two of them, they had accomplished a simple but very time-consuming task. Nice work! I hardly recognize these windows, considering how filthy they were before. Why don't you head to a cafe somewhere and get something to drink? I'll treat you as a reward for all of your...
Miss Hanazawa? You were in the middle of saying some...
Oh, sorry, I just remembered some urgent business I need to attend to. Catch you later. Ciao! By the time Soujuro, who had started putting away the ladder, turned around, he was only able to catch a glimpse of the girl's figure dashing toward the street at lightning speed. Oh, man. What a woman.
What a freak. I love her.
It was just before 3 o'clock. More than 3 hours had passed since Hanazawa offered to help. Soujuro watched the girl with many strange faces disappear. For someone who seemed to have been on an aimless walk, Hanazawa had spent a good deal of time with him. Maybe helping Soujuro out reminded her of something she needed to do? Shizuki, are you out here? The student council president popped her head out from the corner of the church. Don't mind me, you do your thing. The sight of Soujuro putting away a ladder taller than himself seemed to have provoked an emotional response in Aoko. Then, in an instant, she rolled up her sleeves and began to approach him. She's gonna beat him up, she's gonna kill him right here, right now. This surprised him more than Aoko's sudden appearance. Ignoring Soujuro's bewilderment, Aoko promptly began issuing orders. Put the ladder on its side. I'll hold the bottom so you take the top. She did all of this so matter-of-factly that Soujuro began lowering the ladder before he even had a chance to insist that he could do it by himself. Ah. With work finished and the sisters' thank you gifts in hand, the two put the church behind them. Since Aoko apparently had something to do around the station, they decided they could walk together until they got there. You're a really hard worker. beneath the orange-tinged sky. Aoko spoke more as though she was expressing her thoughts out loud than striking up a conversation.
Really? Coming from you, Aozaki, that's really nice to hear.
Soujuro gave her an earnest smile. But then again, he hadn't been beaming ever since he received his pay, so the source of his joy was not so clear. Not so fast. You still got a ways to go, Buster, so don't get too carried away. You're only just breaking even, if that.
I love the faces.
You're not gonna get back on my back about school, are you? That'll really spoil my mood.
Soujuro hung his head dejectedly. Even if his job had been going well, school was still a bust. Exams were one thing, but even classwork was something he had found himself falling behind in.
Why do you hate people with bad grades, Aozaki?
Well, dealing with lame brains is certainly tiring, but that's beside the point in your case. And don't let this get to your head. We're not friends, okay? It's the teacher's job to figure out how to help students overcome handicaps, and it's your job to follow through on that help. Having a job is fine with me, but make sure you study properly when you get home.
You can count on me. Everyone at the school is good people.
Fine, if you say so. Wait, did you just say everyone is good people? Aoko cocked her head to one side, unsure how this exchange had resulted in that response. She decided to interpret it as Soujuro simply expressing his gratitude in his own peculiar way. Oh, one more thing. I need to know what other kinds of jobs you're working, you know, in case it comes up.
If you're asking where, I work at a lot of places in the shopping district. The fish shop, flower shop, and so on. Oh, but yesterday I went over to the next town. I worked a shift at the amusement park.
Since the only school authorized locations were in the Misaki shopping district, his response was much as he expected. That is, except for the decidedly unexpected last part. When you say amusement park, you don't mean the one in Yashirogi, do you?
That's the one. I disassembled and moved unused signs and curios and stuff. It was exhausting.
That's so? Yeah, I can't imagine it took a lot out of you. Huh. This left Aoko rather impressed. Transporting unused amusement park machinery was not a job that students did willingly in their free time. I'm a bit jealous. I've never even been to Kidsyland, even though it's so close to here. Aoko looked up in the direction of the neighboring town. Look at that oh, look at the parallax, it's moving!
Holy shit, dude.
Oh my fucking god, this piano is going. Look at the fucking shine in the clouds. Oh god. Fuck, dude. From here, you could just barely make out the Ferris wheel. The round steel frame of the wheel, illuminated by the sunset as it was reminiscent of an old gravestone.
It's a shame. Is it because you're short on cash?
Oh my god, you're right. Kidsyland was fucking referencing Strange Fake at one point. Aoko had to stifle her laughter. She knew it could be rude to Soujuro to burst out laughing, but the remark tickled her funny bone. No, it's not like that. It's simple, really. Even back when it first opened, it was always packed with people, and I just never had the time to go. If it were a problem that could be solved with money, I could go right now. Aoko showed Soujuro the envelope that contained the pay from the church. There was nothing sinister about her remark and gesture, but the fact that she did not jump at the chance to go made Soujuro sad.
Then why don't we go sometime?
Thanks, but no can do. You probably didn't catch on because you're who you are, but the place went out of business. I think it's been about 2 years since the park closed down.
What?
It was no wonder there were no customers all the time he was there. Exasperated as she was at Soujuro, the student council president seemed to be enjoying herself. At this point, she could be yelling things at Soujuro like, "I can't believe you didn't know that," but this evening, this one and only evening, she found it charming. Oh. They parted ways and Soujuro returned home to his apartment, immersed himself in his studies, and before he knew it, it was time to go to work. The major cultural difference, though certainly not the only point of difference between city and country, was the use of time. It did not matter what part of the city he was in, time flowed far too quickly here. Failing to squeeze even a drop of knowledge from his textbooks, he put them away for the day before heading into town. The night grew deeper as today turned into tomorrow. Soujuro reversed his collar to protect his neck from the bitter cold and began to make his way back home. Not a soul to be seen. No dogs scrounging for food. No late-night shoppers. Why could there be? The solitary convenience store in the area closed at 11 o'clock. Look at him!
Look at that fashionable peacoat. I have one just like it.
Yeah! He mustered what little energy he had to take in an especially deep breath. Man-made landmarks lined the deserted street. Garish blue fluorescent light, brighter than the stars above, illuminated the darkness. An unconscious sense of anxiety stirred within him.
Get yourself together. It's normal for the night to be scary.
A chill crept up his spine as he attempted to mask his weakness with words. Stay out of the dark. Stay away from deserted places. Whether it was for some deeper reason or perhaps the fact that he looked so helpless. Everybody he had met in his life seemed to warn him with those words.
Did knowing that ever help anyone?
What did that even mean, stay out of the dark? Oh my god! Oh my god!
Gorgeous.
The night shot? Look at
And
the...
cutting to the super illuminated city with the stay out of the dark line.
Yeah.
Goddamn. Goddamn.
Look at the
Oh,
location
look at that. The
of...
skyline.
Oh my god!
Fuck, dude.
Please show us just a tiny bit of the moon. I see the sky getting a little brighter.
Come on.
Oh, it cuts there.
Fuck.
What did that even mean, stay out of the dark? Nowhere in this city was without light. Everywhere from the bustling station to the remote residential areas were illuminated by artificial light, not least the main roads. Scary was scary, but this kind of fear was a different sort than what he'd felt in the mountains. The most likely source of his fear was the fact that this place was governed by starkly different rules. The way in which the city meted out justice was terribly imbalanced. And to the provincial Soujuro, his lack of familiarity with the laws of the land terrified him more than the dark. In the mountains, retribution came swiftly to those who broke the rules. Take a game trail, for example. Those who unwittingly trespass on the animal's kingdom's domain could, as a matter of course, be savaged by the native wildlife. Accordingly, in Soujuro's mind, an offender paid the price for one's mistakes immediately. It was not a matter of who punished whom. It was simply that the one who broke the rules could meet instant, tangible retribution. He felt that, in this regard, the laws of the city were far too ambiguous. One could meet their demands without ever knowing whether one was in the right or wrong.
Well, I guess it's probably not that different when it comes down to it.
To put it simply, retribution was delayed. To take the analogy a step further, back home in his village, no one individual had been given the responsibility of maintaining order. In the city, however, someone was put in charge of punishing lawbreakers on behalf of the kind-hearted citizens who lived there. While crime and punishment in the mountains were synonymous, in the city, the two are separated, and an unrelated person brought judgment after the crime had been committed. Entering places that must not be entered. Seeing things that must not be seen. Breaking a law had consequences. Some would come to exact justice for the law that was broken. The result of all of this was that the safest way to survive the city was not to stick your nose in the affairs of others. When the people who cared about Soujuro told him to stay away, they probably meant if you don't, nobody will be able to help you.
Crap, I almost took another shortcut.
No matter how much of a nuisance these obstacles were, one could not just climb over a neighbor's fence, or even when one's apartment was just the other side. If the people inside happened to be awake and called the police, nobody could lift a hand to help him. With his misguided view of the city, Soujuro once again ended his day in peace. Unable to fall asleep right away, he gazed out of his window upon the night sky from the floor of his apartment. The cityscape had caused him to tremble in fear when he first moved there. The convenience of solving almost any problem with the flip of a switch. The novelty of living a wall away from a complete stranger. It all disappeared into the night sky when he looked up.
Is this really the same sky?
Unconsciously, he recalled his own words. What dim stars. What a cramped sky. Here there were no starry nights. Could he even survive here? The same misgiving since his first night continued to haunt him. His eyelids fell shut. Although he was fraught with worry, Soujuro's body felt the fatigue from his work and studies, and thus, he fell fast asleep. Oh man! Oh man!
This guy, dude. I love this character.
I fucking love this VN so fucking much, dude!
It's literally so good.
Oh man!
Yeah, okay, those between scenes are fucking essential. Like, those are just the story. Like, we have to read those.
Oh, that's so incredible. Just
Pinched Italian hands. Mama fucking mia.
I do really enjoy having waited until the second chapter, however, because it delayed the scene with Alice even more. And it built the suspense to, like, showing us anything magical. Oh, how are you feeling for energy on time?
Now would probably be a good time to slip.
Exactly what I was thinking.
The time is minorly pressing. Not seriously. Like, we ain't rushing. Good stuff. Good stuff.
Good fucking stuff, Anya.
Yo, Alice is crazy. I love her.
I love the shit that she can do. I'm really excited.
Like, the nursery rhymes while she's doing these, like, fucked up fucking, like, powers. I don't even know how to describe them yet. I'm just so in. I'm so in. I'm so ready.
I'm really curious about what the fuck her deal is, because they were like the fucking familiars that she fought were like, I fought like some severe fucking magical threats, but this is something different.
I've seen some fucked up shit. This is fucked up shit.
Oh. And also, she's like a witch. I love that.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I also like the Gondor mention earlier, like the hearing just like a familiar word was such a like, oh, I know that one.
And also, as was mentioned in chat, Medusa mentioned petrification is the highest
the
fucking
Mystic
tier
Eyes.
of Mystic Eye.
God, that made me so happy. Mystic Eyes are like my favorite fucking thing in the Nasuverse. It's so sick. I love eye powers. It's the one good thing Naruto did right.
So I have to wonder if the little glow on her eye was like just a Chunyism, or if she does have Mystic Eyes.
Oh, I'm sure she has something going on. I called her a Chuny as a joke. Like,
No, like it could be aesthetic of just like the glint in the eye before going for the kill, you know? But
that looked way too deliberate with the rest of the scene's presentation.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if that was like a Mystic Eye TM, but
Hog.
hog. Go, my hog.
Oh, look at the like jaws that you can see here too.
And that's how you tell them apart, because it says dumb on it.
Oh,
Tweedledee.
and one is red, and one is blue.
No, what? Go back. What?
1 second. This one has the red ribbon and inside of the ears. And this one is blue.
Oh, this is a color blindness thing. Those are so fucking similar. That's like gray and blue, girl. High key. That does not look colored.
There's also this snout, and this one is kind of fleshy, almost purplish, and the other one is green.
Nah. No.
See, yeah, everybody who's leaving while we fucking check, like, branch. Here's the bridge. God, it's so cool.
I love the mouth eyes.
I love all of this stuff. And this thing.
This fucking thing.
Oh man, the animation in that scene was incredible, by the way, right? Oh man. What a fucking delightful game.
Can't fucking wait for the next one. Here's to a less hectic Friday.
Yeah. Let's hope that next time we... Oh, wait, right. I was chatting, but you have not been seeing any of this. I've been checking the CGs while I wasn't.
Simply have to imagine.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, chat. Look, I was looking at the pigs. See what I mean?
Funny. I love you, girl. Yeah, exactly.
And church CG.
George.
George.
Show me that handsome priest. Give him to me.
I am really curious about what the priest is gonna be like.
I want it to just be Kira.
Jorokobe shonen. Jorokobe Soujuro. Imagine junk Kira though.
Okay, now what?
Oh. You all, we thank you so much for being here. Chat, you're a delight.
Massively appreciated. Thank you for watching. Keeps us going.
Genuinely, delight to continue reading this every week. And I mean every week.
Every single week.
With no fail and no delay. I think this is a good time to like call it too, because I'm a little bit just like tired. So a little bit of a break will be good.
Yeah, Yeah, get some rest, baby girl.
Thank you so much for being here with me too, Anya.
Thank you so much for me being here.
Oh, wait a minute. Sorry, I just realized that the Witch on the Holy Night EXE icon is the thing that Alice was dangling before she did all of that bullshit.
Ooh.
Okay, interesting. I guess she is, in fact, the Witch on the Holy Night. This truly was a Witch in the Holy Night.
She's the witch on the Holy Night. I just realized, oh my god, wait, hang on. Is the Holy Night Christmas?
Yeah, they did mention that Christmas is coming.
Yeah, of course it is.
Ah. Yeah. The town stroll broke new ground.
It broke new ground.
Thank you all so much for being here. I will be dipping here. Any news about your schedule you would like to share?
No.
Fair.
Other than just no Mass Effect next week because I'll be busy, but
Indeed. And no stream this Sunday for me either, so see you all next week, chat. Bye-bye.
Bye.